Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I think I'll just play some music.
Good morning, Daniel. Good to see you with us.
A little more faith, faith that keeps believing the mountain moves. A little more hope, hope that's always knowing you'll get us through. A little more love, love that keeps on holding when life gets
Morning,
tough.
Mary.
Lord, you know we could all use a little more. Lord, you know we could all use a little more of faith, hope, and love. Faith, hope, and love.
Good morning, Emery. Good morning, Debbie.
Who's Debbie?
Debbie York.
He's asking good morning like it's a question.
89.1 KWSC.
The sound of home.
Ready to...
Yesterday, you know what's funny? The difference of getting miserable weather.
Good morning, Stacy. People checking in this morning. They're wanting to see if we are truly brave enough to bring our spouses on to our Friday Live.
Do a quick cameo of
No, let's wait till yours is on here too. We'll leave them off camera.
my baby's, kind of not consciously gifted.
I'm not putting him on camera acting like that. And I have that straightened up.
Well, then there's that.
I'm going to take the music out. Yeah, you took Patrick out of here because he's done. He's done for
He
the
was
season.
done. He was done at the coin toss.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just so disappointed for them. They'll never.
It was
happen
a
again.
sad day. It
will
really
never
was.
I
Yeah.
don't think it will ever happen again. That somebody will even have that chance.
Right.
I just don't. I mean, to get there was nearly impossible, and when you don't do it, it's like.
Yeah, Dolores, we're playing music. We're called a radio station. Sometimes we do that. No. We're decided to play with our entry a little bit and make it a little soft.
Robin is welcoming my wife, who is yet to appear.
Well, because
the
we told
studio.
them Ed and Debbie are going to be here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Morning, Alice. Julie's watching. Happy Valentine's Day, Julie. I heard you did a beautiful job. She had the honor of singing at a funeral and heard she did incredible. Good morning, Greg. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, thank you, Debbie.
Do what now?
I had a great birthday. It was fun. I went to
if you can just
the
copy that
mill
link and put it in your
with my mom and my sister yesterday.
Okay.
At
Okay.
Finley.
All right.
Finley Farms.
If it works to try to do it on your laptop, if that's easier, try that.
Right. He's talking to Debbie. That's why Ed just came in. He's like, I'm not messing with that. I'll just come in.
Smart.
Of course,
That's
then
smart.
I had to get up at 2 a.m., to get ready.
Whatever.
Right.
To get camera ready.
Deb's like, this is just ruining my day. That wasn't really smart of us on Valentine's Day to do. Kind of start it off like that.
But you can make up for it later. She's gonna have so many more hours in the day now that she's up and ready this early.
Right. She can put a little extra in the meal prep for tonight.
That's not what I was thinking, but
she's all that extra time put in the meal prep. Shall we come and engage after this?
Let's do.
Bum, 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 bum. Hey, by the way, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
If anybody hadn't wished that to you yet, Paula's got a good shirt for it. I'm just not.
I did. I wore a Valentine's shirt.
Yeah.
Can't see it. It says,
It's
how he loves me.
Oh, how he loves me. It's a pretty cool shirt.
My watch matches, and I have on red jeans.
It's almost like the Jesus Loves Me, This I Know heartwear
right
that we got out there. I got red going.
Julie, just a second. I'll let you see Ed.
It's as good as it gets.
So you can say hi in person.
My baby's having some troubles, technical difficulties.
Well, it could be the Ed and Paula show.
Might be. You know what? I can read the questions.
Ah, there you go.
Then if
there
that
you
happens,
go.
if we can't get Deb in, then I get to be the question reader. Here we go. That's the Browders and their latest Let Us Come Together on the Sound of Home KWF. You can hear a lot of songs about love here on this hour of our Friday Live.
Valentine's Day.
Why not? Why not? And we're doing something really extra special today. We've invited our spouses, which was at tremendous risk. Okay, people just don't understand tremendous risk involved in this decision to bring the spouses in because sometimes they don't remember what stays at home.
No.
And I'm not saying that
The
about
filter.
Ed. I'm
The
not saying that about
filter.
Ed, but I'm just saying that Debbie, sometimes. You want to go ahead and put him into the picture there
No, I don't.
while we're waiting for my beloved to make her way in?
Okay. Are we ready for this?
Hey, do me a favor.
What?
Well, never mind. She's got the link. Never mind.
Okay.
I was going to try it another way. So welcome Ed Turley. Hey, Ed, way over there. He's like 3 feet from me, but on this it makes he's our correspondent from Washington.
Away.
Yeah, like from DC.
He's actually right beside me.
We could have put a green screen backdrop, have him come from New York or something.
Oh,
that would have been
That'd been
fun.
pretty fun. So anyway, you want to tell everybody who we're talking to here? You want to introduce your husband?
This is my husband, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
He's put up with me for 33 years.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh, buddy. Oh,
he's
wow.
a good man. He's
Wow.
a good man. Life is good in the Turley house. We're going to be asking some questions here later to see how well we know each other. Dave, how long have you and Debbie been married?
This June 21st will be the big 4-0.
4-0.
4.
Oh my goodness.
40 years.
That's amazing.
together.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, we haven't got there yet.
You're
but
lucky because
we haven't got there yet.
I mean, it's still 4 months away. But no, it's a blessed, to have your person,
yeah,
It's a big
you
deal.
got to have a person. I love it. I love having a person.
And so that is Paula's person. Mine will make her way into the there she is.
She's here.
Okay, shall we go ahead and do it?
Yeah,
Go
let's
get her
do
in.
it.
Let's you've added her. I'm about to
Mhm.
remove. Well, I guess we just go left and right with the directionals.
I like it that way.
Yep,
We're
that's it.
side by side with our.
Yeah. Hey, by the way,
spouse.
everybody, this is my beloved Miss Debbie.
Hello.
Can you say, I got to do something else here. Hang
You
on.
should turn her mic on.
Hang on 1 second here to make sure I get.
This is live radio, friends.
Yeah, I got the buttons to push. All right, baby. Can we hear you now?
It's nothing new for you to turn me off.
In front.
And right out of the
Yeah.
gate.
We're-
Here we go.
We're having audio difficulty here. I'm sorry we can't hear you.
He has a personal mute button on his little head there. He uses quite often. So
Goodness.
Are you using your laptop or your phone?
I am on my phone.
Okay, just curious. I'm having to adjust a little on this side.
Okay.
For you better.
Well, I couldn't find a place this place to park it. So
Hey, baby, welcome to the show.
well, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a lot of fun. So for a Valentine's Day, what a good way to do this. Got Ed in the house, got Debbie in the house. Honestly, if they had a show, it would probably be more interesting.
If
If it was Ed and Deb, it would probably be a more interesting show.
we should let them co-host for us.
Oh, Deb would take that
I think Ed would
Ed.
too.
in a
I think-
heartbeat. Debbie Taylor
I
would
think
absolutely
Ed
do
would
it.
too. We're having a lot of fun on this Valentine's Day. We've had our spouses join us on our Friday live. Join us there for more fun on Facebook or YouTube.
Make sure you get it. Keep us on there. And we'll do that. We're gonna let it just roll.
Can you? I bet Ed can't hear Debbie.
He
Ed, can
can't.
you hear me?
No, he's gonna have to have the headphones.
Oh, is he in the studio with you?
Yes, he is.
That probably was the easier thing to do this morning.
Would you have wanted to do that? Let's just be honest now. If we're gonna be honest,
Hold on.
would you have wanted to do that? No.
Well,
The
since I got such a short notice on all this,
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Sorry, Debbie Taylor. I told him to ask you Wednesday.
oh, well, I was told yesterday afternoon, by the way.
Oh,
After I already put it on Facebook that we were doing this. Then he talked
no,
to
we
you about it.
confirmed yesterday afternoon. I knew you didn't pay attention. In any case, happy Valentine's Day, baby.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So we do have some fun and games we got planned here. I think I've got everybody where everybody can hear. And if you do have a question for our spouses, you are free to ask. If you know, in our Friday Live people,
But we just may not ask them.
I can probably guarantee you they probably might not get the translation.
We have viewage over the questions.
See, everybody's already
We have
throwing
control.
shade. Everybody's already throwing shade, on Debbie's side in this whole conversation.
I can't see the conversation. Can I?
Hey, Deb, you might try flipping your phone sideways a little bit, just for fun, and see if this might help our look here. Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah. All gooder.
Thing to stand up here.
Good morning, Merle. Happy Valentine's Day.
By the way, it's not all romantical. What our hope is today, throughout the whole day. Of course, there's that romantical aspect of it. I mean, that's Valentine's Day. You think of the flowers for the loved one, the chocolates and all those things. But if anybody out there doesn't have that one relationship, you still have a Heavenly Father that loves you. So please know, if nothing else, that you are loved. You're loved. And you may not always feel that way or know that. But today, we want you to know that you are loved. Here in a little bit, we're going to play some fun and games. Paula's got a list of questions. Let's go ahead and practice then, right here in front of everybody, because that's going to roll. I need to do this. Hang on a second. Bear with me. And bam. Yeah. And let's just do this just for optics.
Okay.
Let's do a little practice game. Do what?
Are you telling secrets?
Well, we have to do production meeting in front of the live audience.
Oh.
We don't have a producer in the background, whispering in our ear the things. So we have to do it all out loud in front of everybody.
And sometimes when I want Dave to do something, I have to make hand motions too to show him.
Yeah. Hey.
That button. Did you push that button?
Let's practice. Let's practice the throw.
Okay.
Of pointing, because Paula is going to ask simple questions, and then you and I, Deb, will answer who does what. So I've got to do this. I've got to do like I'm pointing away. The way this is. So practice pointing like you're pointing at me. Can you see the screen, Deb? Can you see
point the other way?
Yeah, you got to point the other way. There.
That's weird, because the way I'm seeing it, I'm not pointing at you.
I know that's the same thing for me.
Okay.
That's the same thing for me. So if it is a question and the answer to the question is Dave, you do what, Deb? If the answer to the question is Dave, yeah, you'll do that way, and I'll do this.
Okay.
If the answer is Debbie, we do this, and you point at yourself. Well, you just point.
Yes, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Ed and Paul.
Debbie, this is Dave, right?
Well, you just point to yourself.
Just
put your hand.
It's
there.
either you or Dave.
Yeah, and I do this.
It's always about me.
Well,
It
some of them
is.
you don't want to own. Some of them. Some of them.
You don't want to own.
All
Okay,
right, so
are you ready?
Did you guys already do your practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's really
Yeah.
easy because we're sitting right here beside each
All
other.
right. Well, so you play along at home, but you just won't see you.
Are you ready?
Let's do
I'm
it.
ready.
Let's do a question.
Okay. Of the two of us.
Yeah.
Of you two, of
Uh-huh.
us two.
Of the two.
Who's the most adventurous?
Oh, yeah. I'm a homebody.
That's
Um,
true.
Who plans the best date nights?
I can do some, but he does.
He does. Okay. Oh, this one's easy. Who loves reading the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
It's the girls.
She's the reader.
Okay, this one will be easy too. Who talks the most?
He does it for a living.
Which way?
And I kind of do in both jobs. I talk
Might as well just do this because
just keep the finger up there.
because it's all about me.
It is.
He
It's all
thought,
about
he
Paula,
thought it was
right?
going to
You
be
thought it was
about
going to be
me.
about you, but it's not. Some of it.
I came on your guys' show.
That's
so it's
funny.
not about
That's
Okay.
funny. Right.
it's about
Right.
you.
Okay. Who has the best hair?
He don't have much. That's easy.
I think
But
Debbie.
you have healthy, Don.
You can't
Paula.
tell because of the soft lighting and her camera.
I think Debbie wins that for all four of us.
Well,
But
thank you.
Deb has this beautiful.
It's hard to see it right here, but it's
That's
gone from bright red to gloriously white.
It's beautiful.
All right, here's
Yeah.
a hard one. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Who's the first to apologize? I'm going to say me because I'm always wrong.
Okay, let's all point to Paula then.
Me.
Let's all point to Paula.
I'm always wrong. I'll always apologize.
Oh, Deb and I will have some of the best stubborn. I ain't gonna apologize.
We're
There's-
probably equal on that.
Yeah, equally bad.
Okay, you ready? Here's a good one. Who's more romantic?
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't do it often, but when he does it
That's
well.
That's our lot, buddy. That's our
Mm,
lot.
He is very much a romantic.
Okay. Here we go. This we can do.
Yeah, we'll come out of this for a few more live.
Okay.
Yeah, time for one more.
Here's a couple of questions. Did
Yeah.
Dave always want to work in Christian radio?
Since going to school, yes, and college down here, I wanted to be a broadcaster. Whoever was that, Stan that asked that question earlier? Yeah, I wanted to be a TV anchorman. Was my initial thing, and then was called into ministry, and voila, Christian radio.
He's always. I will tell you this. He's always wanted to use that blessed voice he has
We're live.
to serve the Lord.
We're going live. Here we go. That's Jeff and Sherry Easter and Jesus Loves You on the Sound of Home KWFC. We are Friday Live. You want to join us for some fun back and forth on a couples edition of the program. Okay. We have both our spouses. Paula has brought Ed into the studio. I've got Debbie in from remote location from her home studio. We call Nana's office. That's the
Nana's room, the Nana's rec room.
And so that's the throw this morning. And you gotta see these people just to know
Know what they put up with.
how lucky we are to have these
Exactly.
folks, right?
Exactly.
And so join us for our Friday Live Q&A. We've been having a little bit of fun already on the Friday Live TV part. Radio, do you got a couple questions you want to just kind of throw out there for? And then you can play this at home with your spouse if they're right there for the most likelies.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's do it again.
Who's most likely to get lost?
I think it's a tie.
But do you know how to get where we need to go, baby?
Yeah. Thank God for Gladys,
see-
the GPS.
Gladys is our best friend.
GPS, I will always carry with me an atlas because I love my atlas.
But if it doesn't have the Gulf of America on it, it's
I
outdated.
was going to say, it needs to be updated.
It didn't change.
If
Okay.
it doesn't say the Gulf of America, it's old.
Okay, here's one. Who thinks they're always right? Where's your finger? Oh, he doesn't think it. He knows it.
You can't say the
That's
but we know.
Okay,
We
you're not
know.
allowed in the studio ever again.
That's good.
We know.
Who's likely to be late for work?
Me.
I know this one.
Late for about everything.
Dave.
I hear about it. So.
Oh, goodness.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Who's likely to stay late at work?
Well, that's a tie.
That's it. Yeah, I
I
think.
don't like leaving things undone. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're dealing with healthcare, so
Yeah.
you don't want to leave a patient in distress.
Deb
You're
is
gonna
home
stay.
health. Yeah, Deb is home health. And if there's something that's got to be buttoned down, she's not going to leave that undone. She's got to do it. And so sometimes, time to time, it pushes her later. But
Okay, here's a fun one.
Mhm.
Who is most likely to binge watch reels?
Oh.
that's a tie.
No.
Dave, I have trouble believing
I
Dave
know,
is
I
my
do
favorite
it.
Taylor, but I'm telling you, if Dave gets on Facebook and starts watching reels, he's gone.
Now,
I've lost
No,
my
I know.
co-host for the morning.
in fairness, only during football season, and I'm watching the reels of the Chiefs.
What about all those? No, you watch the ones on the bees.
Yeah,
The
he
ones
was on the pimple popping thing for a while too.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now
Exactly.
suddenly this show became about one person. Let's get this back on focus here. This is Valentine's Day edition.
Hey, we've got a lot coming up. We still have our heart search going on. We are going to debut Scotty Inman's new song,
Next.
and always more fun on our Facebook, our Friday Live on Facebook and YouTube. Bruno wants to know who's the better cook. Ooh,
That depends.
Yeah,
that's Ed.
he's really good on smoking and the grill. I do the grill sometimes too, and I
But the
mean we
bacon
have
and
different things that we're good at, and we work
Mhm.
together with it pretty
Ed,
good.
Ed is the best all around for all of it.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
more
Way to
patient.
go, man. Way
He's
to go.
very patient and will take his time. I just want it done and want to eat. Mark Styles in the house.
Way
Hi,
to
Mark.
go.
I really need a picture because if you don't draw me a picture, I'm going to draw my own. Mark says, "Happy Valentine's Day. I've got my bow, arrow, and diaper ready for the festivities of the
Marcus
day."
Maximus, welcome
And
All
to
right.
I'm visualizing that,
the show.
visualizing it. Greg wants to know who proposed to who. Mm.
I
What
proposed.
The first time or the second time?
I proposed.
he officially proposed, but I think before he proposed, I told him we were going to get married.
No, can I tell this?
So I didn't have much
Okay.
say in it.
I propose. I mean, we really kind of just had we talked about it the first time and
Yeah.
just had an agreement on it.
Yeah.
But
I-
when we were in our reconciliation process,
Uh-huh.
beautiful proposal,
Nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, he
Nice.
did
He's
good.
a romantic, right? He's
Uh,
He really he doesn't do it often, but when he does it
Now,
well.
we were high school sweethearts. So we were still young enough. She was still living at home with the things. I remember because I was doing the old fashioned thing, talk to dad. I was going to talk to dad, mom and dad. And it was the biggest setup. It was the biggest setup. I was invited over for dinner, and the whole family knew. The whole family knew
Making
what the
sure the red buttons
right?
are off.
The whole, the whole family knew what was going to go down. And so dinner, there was just like this. I don't know. It wasn't like a tension. It was just like you just knew there was some kind of vibe in the room. So we don't get, but we put the forks down, and Walter, dad, turns this. So Dave, what do you want to talk to me about?
Oh my goodness.
I think he was counting on, I don't have to pay insurance anymore. I don't have to do
He was
this.
ready to unload. He was ready. Take her.
Oh goodness.
That was fun.
Merle wants to know who takes up the most space in the bathroom. Me. Hello. I don't wake up looking like this.
I have to argue with that to some degree because they've just recently organized all his stuff, but before then it was all over the place.
Time out. We need clarification.
I wanted to tell you how proud I was of you for organizing it.
I have of the bathrooms. I have a smaller bathroom. It's basically just
So
the
you two
same
don't
thing.
share a bathroom.
Nope. Well, we've had to on occasion this time quite a bit, but
We
she
get
has.
forced to every once in a while, but that's all.
This is the unfair thing about this whole conversation is Deb has a larger bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and she has all the cabinets for her stuff. All
But
the
I
cabinets.
also have all the first aid and all the
That's one shelf.
pharmacies,
That's
everything.
one shelf on one cabinet. And then the rest is her stuff. So now if she had her stuff out on the countertop, like I'm left to just have my stuff, trust me, it would be a mountain. So no.
Deb, I have to tell you this. There was a couple mornings when Dave was sitting here, and how we sit in the studio, we sit across from each other, and there's lights that shine down on us. And every once in a while, when he would turn his head, this long hair in the light, and I'm like, I'm gonna come over there, but not because I just had to get the hair. I'm like, you're sharing a bathroom.
we might have to do something really weird today.
What's that?
I'm playing Motel Bible. We meant to set this up for our live.
Oh,
And so people at home on the broadcast are hearing it. So we're going to have to do a repeat here a little bit later on.
okay. I don't think
You'll
anyone
be
will
okay with that?
complain.
No, we'll have to set it up as such. But for everybody watching, we didn't get into it like I thought we might, and so we just had a good conversation going. We don't get these two in the room very often, so we gotta
it's
do
fun. We need to need to get together more. Okay, who's the bigger shopaholic? Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Who was the better student?
I don't
You
know.
Because I was not.
Dave's smart. So.
Let's see. Let's find another. Who made the first move?
No.
Who said I love you first?
He did.
Probably.
I think it was
He
you.
did because his best friend Terry got on to him about it.
Okay, here's one that's going to cause. We've got 30 seconds to start a fight before we go on air.
Okay.
Who's the better driver?
Me.
Who else is there?
Me. No.
See, I just think it depends on the
let's-
situation and on how much road rage is involved at the moment. Because if he gets the road rage going, ooh.
I'll just ask one simple question. Who has hit a house?
Unfair.
Who's
Unfair.
Who's hit a tree?
Here we go.
Did you pull the first couple of years we were married, Dave?
We're live, honey. That is Scotty Inman and the Motel Bible. Now, for everybody listening on the broadcast on the terrestrial signal here in Southwest Missouri, got to hear that. We promised our friends on Friday Live we would debut that song.
Right.
So for everybody listening right now, if you really liked it, you're going to love it again here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Because you're going to get to watch it again.
Yeah, because we promised our friends at home watching that we would debut that. And so for those listening here in Southwest Missouri, hope you enjoyed that. That's brand new from Scotty Inman. The Motel Bible has actually been out for a little bit, was released streaming for a while. So we were getting calls and requests all the time. I said, well, he's got a radio single going now. God, don't mess that flow. And so there it is, the brand new one for all those listening at home. For those watching, we're having a lot of fun with our spouses. Ed Turley is in the studio, and Debbie Taylor joining us from the home studio for a special Valentine edition of the morning, the Friday Live with Dave and Paula. And it's been fun. It has been fun and a little controversial.
We've had some moments.
For the most part, most of the questions were answered together.
Ed's being awful quiet, though.
He has been. We need to turn.
He's probably the smarter one of all of us.
So what we're going to do is we're going to flip through the Bible to a random passage and have him give a 3-point sermon.
Okay, yeah, do that. Do that.
According to Ed. So no pressure, brother. No pressure. No. So why don't we ask a couple of questions? Like you said, 30. How many years? 33.
33.
And so I don't know. We didn't have this one on air. Who popped the question? Who proposed?
I think the first time it was just kind of a conversation, and he had family in from California, like all his extended family was in town. And I said, boy, if we were ever going to get engaged, now's the time to do it, because our families were all going to be together. And that way we're not, whose mom do we tell first?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, let's do it. So we went and got the ring. But I mean, a lot of
you. Do you remember the day?
July 4th.
Very good.
Do you remember this?
You guys celebrated my birthday.
We did. We celebrated your birthday, Dave. It was before we even knew you. And then a lot of you know our story and what we went through. And when we were in the reconciliation process, Ed gave a beautiful proposal. It was beautiful.
What was it? Describe what happened. What made
I mean, he got down on the knees and there were tears and everything. It was precious. A moment I wasn't ready for it, but a moment I'll never forget.
How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very cool.
It was cool.
Okay, babe, you want to give the description?
Who proposed?
Oh, well, we were, again, I think I told us we were going to get married, and then he did an official proposal. I think it was when he got my engagement ring. Right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the first date. Your first date.
First date the first time, or the
oh, that's right. Because you guys dated for a while.
Couple different times, yeah.
Broke up and then we dated again. So I think the very, very first date, he took me to this really romantic place called his brother's wrestling match. Where I had never been to a wrestling match before, and I want to tell you, I got an education.
Yeah, pretty funny. Pretty funny.
What was our first date, baby?
We went to Mazzio's Pizza.
Mazzio's, yeah, good.
Yeah.
And then we went to the movies. We saw 3 Men and a Little Lady.
Yep.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Is that your first?
And was it a solo date, just you and I?
Oh no, we had to take your little sister.
Oh, you had a chaperone.
Chaperone.
I have a little sister that's 13 years younger than me, and I had her she was staying with me for the weekend in my apartment, and he asked me out, and I said, I've already promised to keep my sister that night because my parents had plans, and he's like, she can come along.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He just want to get on that date. Yeah,
It's
I
fun
get
to start it.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
Guys, we're having a little bit of fun. Ed Turley in the house, Debbie Taylor in the house for our Friday Live. You can join the conversation here on Friday Live Facebook and YouTube as we're celebrating love in all the different ways here on KWFC. The Scotty Inman repeat coming soon. Pretty funny.
My baby boy is watching.
Cool.
Hi, Jeffrey. Say hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What time do we get the girls tomorrow? I was just asking.
Oh,
my
I was
son
to
that
say,
question.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't have an answer for that. Giles, Mark is asking who's the most romantic. We answered that earlier.
Yeah, we asked that earlier. Yeah.
It's definitely
no
Ed.
question.
Bruno wants to know who
Always
steals
done.
the covers.
That would be probably me.
What was that question?
Who steals the covers?
Who steals?
He does because he's
Yeah.
always cold anymore.
Yeah.
Boom.
So used to be the other way, but he's always cold.
You want another one?
Sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Who's more organized?
Kathy says they have a hair sticking straight up in the middle somewhere.
You do. I noticed that. I'm surprised you didn't go after him with the.
I
music. It's
don't.
not
I
like you do
don't.
me, so
I don't.
How about
fix
does
hair.
that make it better? Is that
I only fix it when he has the one long blonde one sticking out off his head, and I can't stand to look at it. You do. You have just one.
right there.
Go forward.
I want
You
to.
need some better.
Alfalfa going.
Did you use your paste this
I
morning?
did.
Paste?
Must not got
See,
that
that's I didn't get up early enough, so that's why I wore the hat because my hair is just a mess right now. It's just
one.
terrible.
When we were going through the questions at home.
I didn't want the shine of all the lights,
Oh, right,
glaring
the glare.
so people can't see me. You know?
Well, now see, that's what happens when Mark Giles is here. We have to turn the lights off in the room.
Bruno wants to know who has more shoes. That's no question about it.
Mm,
Oh, that's a close, but
I
think
have more too.
yeah,
I don't
Definitely.
know.
That's definitely this one.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know who has more shoes.
at least by one pair.
I got it combed over.
Yeah,
I got it to lay
Kathy
down.
said you found it. Who wakes up first?
Oh, he does.
Always me.
Which
But-
is really weird because he was a night owl and would never go to sleep until real late and then stay in bed late. So for him
Oh,
to be up early, it's just amazing.
We flip
Well,
roles.
just like with you, once you started coming in the morning show,
Yeah.
now you're earlier because I was always up
You
and
were.
out early.
Right.
And I covet my sleep.
I do too.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I like sleeping in when I can.
Well, but you just don't go to bed at night, from what I hear.
Stan says he might end up with just the sheet at night.
And usually I don't care, but my heated mattress pad is out right now. So I sometimes need a little, and I'm by the window, and the
You-
windows aren't the greatest.
What?
Stop
You?
it. Stop it. Okay, who's funnier? Who's funnier?
He is. I'm a serious person.
Again, he doesn't do it often, but when he does, he's a pretty funny guy.
He sliced you before you knew it.
All right, this is a tough one. Who's the messiest?
Why is that a tough one?
Oh no!
Because
no,
I
You
have
are
to
just-
admit,
no. Oh no! 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 No!
Oh,
No!
no.
No!
There it is.
No,
Shall we discuss the things I find in your chair?
Oh,
Shall we
no,
discuss
no,
your big
no,
shoes
no.
are everywhere?
No!
Oh, yeah. Mm.
No!
Oh, yeah.
Hmm,
I gotta get this put in here. I'll forget it.
who's the planner?
I would say we both are because I do. I do
That's
a lot
true.
too.
She's got a plan ahead for
I-
some things. She's leading a Bible study later. She's gonna be ahead of that.
I have had to learn to plan to deal with his OCD.
Oh,
What's some of the things you learned how to plan to accommodate?
Well, like the day.
Every day.
The day
I
day
can't.
plan.
the whole
can't
day.
Get up and say, today's the day the Lord has made. And at 8 a.m. we'll do this, and at 9 a.m. we'll do this. And now he's better at taking it one day at a time because he's had to accommodate my oddities.
So let's flip this around for the one who's structured and regimented.
Mhm.
What's it like living with the person who isn't? What's the rub that you've learned to deal with in the last 33 years?
The plans in his mind changing, I think, has been one of the hardest.
Probably. I would say the artist.
Let's talk about surrender, because anybody that's been in a marriage for any length of time at all, there are
Let's
things,
learn to surrender.
just a lot of surrender. I'm going to do adjustment here. Let's after this.
I
song,
will
we'll
say
set
it's a
this
lot
up.
better now than I used to be. The older I am, it's just more relaxed. Not as I used to be really bad. Everything had to be
Demanding. Would that be a word?
And not demanding, just structured. He needed the structure.
Okay.
And now we know it's a lot from childhood and military and all the things he's
Should we talk about the
experienced.
time you went to Branson and I woke up at 2 and 4 and 5 trying to get a hold of you and could not, and I thought you were dead on the side of the road coming back from Branson.
Well, that'd be scary.
And
You remember this story. It was a Praise Fest event.
Oh,
When I stayed overnight with
down there.
Nancy one year.
We're live. Hang on one second here. Let's finish that story, though. All right. That is the Wisdons, and I Love You This Much. Great Valentine's celebration song here on KWFC. They're coming to town, by the way. You know what? Make an excellent Valentine's gift. Right there, tucked in the
Aw.
flowers. A couple of tickets to that April
And
concert.
we've got him here in the studio.
We do. We can get you a hard
You
copy.
can stop by here anytime between 9 and 5
Make it
today
official.
and pick up those tickets.
We were talking about, and then we're going to get into Scotty's replay.
Mhm.
So we were talking about some of the sacrifices in any relationship. That could be a friendship, but especially in marriage. You know, you get into it. You got two different people, come from different backgrounds normally, and the sacrifices, the things you surrender. There's a lot of surrender in marriage. The Turleys have been doing this 33 years. Taylor's are coming up on 40, coming up on June. Be number 40. 40.
I know.
Crazy.
Wow.
I
Wow.
was just 13.
13. I can't wait to see what big he plans for you, Debbie. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Hawaii or somewhere
But-
I've
amazing,
been to Hawaii.
Buc-ee's.
but without
Take her to the Buc-ee's.
there you go.
Becky's.
not the
I
one in-
haven't been to Becky's yet.
We're going to top off the tank, so it will be expensive. I mean, it's going to.
Oh my goodness. You're awful.
Thanks.
No, I think one of the biggest problems in marriage is we all come in with our expectations
Yeah.
of what it's going to look like. I think it's going to look like what my parents had. You may think it's going to look like what your parents had, or opposite of what you
Yeah.
grew up with, because you want something different. And we don't always talk about those things. And again, we talked about different personalities. I'm a little bit ADD and all over the place, and he's a lot OCD and very structured and wants things a certain way.
Yeah.
And we
That's a big difference.
had some knockdown dragouts in the early years over scheduling and planning. And
Ah,
I had a day off, and I don't want to plan. I want to lay on the couch and just do whatever for the day.
Yeah.
He needs to know what's going to happen for the day.
Debbie, your take,
as far as structure, or
or just the differences when two people come together.
I think the one thing that we've learned to do, and you talked about surrender, is that sometimes you just have to surrender to who they are. You can't make them what you think they should be. You have to kind of let them be who they are.
What
And,
was your biggest challenge? What was your biggest challenge? getting
well,
used-
do we want to go there?
Yes, we do. We do. Let's go there.
Well, there's a lot of things we would bicker over, and I think finances is something that challenges everybody.
When you
And
married
so
couple?
that I just finally decided, God's going to take care of me, and we'll let Dave run the finances.
Right into the ground, right? Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
Right into
Actually, there's still some things I think that I would like to have some input on, but you know what? God's going to take care of me, and Dave.
Are you
He's
acting like
doing
you don't
good.
have any business? Just kind of throwing out there. Interesting. All right, Ed, your take. Some of the things you had to adjust. I know we have to think back a little ways too, because being married
do.
together, we kind of
Well, and his caveat was he also worked for my dad when we got married.
Yes.
He had a
Oh,
lot.
that's a little extra pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think it was just, I don't know. It's interesting because I'm such a planner.
You guys might be going through these.
But I think now in this age, it's not being, our word is shellfish. And that's how we say it.
You're being shellfish.
And it's not about me. If you put the other one first, and of course, then if you write everything down on the calendar, so I know what's coming up, it's a lot better.
That helps.
It
That
does.
helps a
It
little
really
bit.
does.
Yeah,
Because I
helps.
forget all the time. So it was like, if you could put that down on the calendar, it really helped.
Smart.
Mine would be having that person you're accountable to. You know,
Yeah.
you know, that I'm not just making decisions for myself. You know, then when the kids come along, you know, it's like, you know, every decision you make is, you know, you're answerable to a few faces when you
Mhm.
get home. So that's the biggest adjustment, you know, but we did this a long time ago. And it's kind of like now as we're thinking about how did we adjust, you almost have to go back and think because, you know, being married so long, you've kind of made the adjustments.
And
And I
then when
think
you
also God will bless you as you learn to let the other person bloom too. You need to let
Yeah.
them bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Okay. You know what we're at? We're at the time to do the replay here on our Friday live. So everybody's been waiting patiently at home for the replay of Scotty Eamon's debut of the Motel Bible. Here you go, as promised. Get that in your ears. Brand new music from Scotty Inman on KWFC. Happy Valentine's Day. That's a fun conversation.
It is fun.
I've been picked up by a man on his knees, trying to put down the bottle here in room 223. And I've had tears drop and soak my leather skin from a girl who'd rather be broke than to sell herself again. I've seen cheaters take offerings, and I've seen angels with broken wings. I'm a Motel Bible, all the stories I could tell. I spent most of my life in the back of a drawer, but I'm here if you need a little help.
Love this.
Yeah, good.
It's good.
Here if you need a little.
You should have seen him, a soldier on the bed. Came back from a war he couldn't get out of his head. He came here to end his life. And I'd like to think I changed his mind. I'm a Motel Bible, all the stories I could tell. I spent most of my life in the back of a drawer, but I'm here if you need a little help. And I get lonely and I get dusty, but every once in a while somebody needs me, reads me, believes me. Just a Motel Bible, all the stories I could tell. I spend most of my life in the back of the drawer, but I'm here if you need a little help. I'll be right here if you need a little help.
Can you go live?
Yeah, good, yeah. Take it out. You'll take it out.
Scotty Inman and his brand new one, Motel Bible.
That's good.
I love it. I spend most of my time in the back of a dusty drawer, but I'm here if you need
Need a little
help.
help.
I love it.
Great
Thank
stories.
God for the Gideon.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say, I was going to give a throw
Exactly.
to the Gideons and the great work that they do, making sure that no matter what your story is, you walk into the hotel and, you know, Scotty just kind of told a few stories that you hear. And thank God for that Bible being there and making the big difference. Brand new music by Scotty, Motel Bible on KWFC. If you want to join it, go ahead.
He's going to be in Branson at Praise Fest.
Right.
So if you haven't checked out
No.
those Praise Fest tickets, you can find them on our website in the box office, kwfc.org.
Praise Fest is coming March 10th through 15th at the main.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
Like an epiphany.
Ask and you shall receive.
Oh, is that fun?
Someone Bruno had a good question for
Yeah.
us. Who is more like their parents?
That
It got very quiet in here.
I'm not poking that bear.
that's a hard one
Hmm.
as far as I think I got a lot of my dad's qualities, but I have a lot of my mom's too. And it's almost like a rebellion. My dad was always on time. And I feel like I'm in rebellion against
You're turned down a
that
little bit,
because my mom was very much like me.
I know there's times I open my mouth and I hear my mom come out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I'm that. Am I that? Deb, you'd be the better one to say.
When I look at you, I see some. You are a very smart person, and your mom's a very smart person.
Hmm.
She's very intelligent, so I think you take after her.
Okay. But like personality, do I sound like mom or dad?
No, you have this unique voice that just kind of came out.
But I mean, like, just personality or whatever. Between you two, how about you two?
I think Ed came from aliens.
Oh,
Well, my
He
if
is
you wanna
very
know my childhood.
they were
is-
nice aliens.
he was raised by a stepdad, much like you,
Uh-huh.
Dave.
Yeah.
And he has very many of his dad's. John was dad. We call him. I mean, his dad's qualities,
Okay.
and they could, in looks, have been related to when
Oh,
they
that's
were
cool.
younger.
That's cool.
Because John was a redhead and Ed's a redhead, and
You're
Uh,
right.
John always had to be tinkering with something.
Was John a hard worker?
Very hard worker, very much into physical labor,
Yeah.
very smart. I mean, so yeah, to not be blood related, he is his father's
Interesting.
son.
That's interesting.
I think Dave on that hard working too. Your stepdad was a hard worker,
Oh yeah.
and
Well, he made sure we
really
worked.
put a work ethic in you guys.
He made sure we worked hard too.
Yes, he did.
Fastest hour in radio, Dave Taylor.
I know
Have you
already.
looked at the clock
I
lately?
know already. Is there anything we want to
Uh,
tell the peoples in this last break? We got 2 minutes.
Anything you'd like to share? Well, wait, maybe we shouldn't open it up.
Yeah, let's
The
write
only
it down
thing, you know-
first. Let's write it out first.
Thinking about our marriage and just me is my problem, or who I am is I'm a processor. So any question or anything, I have to process it. So even in asking a question, or I don't like surveys because every single
Or
answer
overthinks.
or overthink same thing is that's where my
Mhm.
that's my biggest, I would say,
That's
fault.
that's good. Deb's a procedure girl too.
Yeah,
She's kind of a processor.
that's a nurse thing too, though, because we have to learn procedures and how they go and stuff like that. So I found it very helpful with everything else I do. If you have a procedure, it's good.
It's funny how two people can be completely opposites and still find each other, be
Mhm.
attracted to each other, and make it work. There's not. I mean, the testimony of the 4 people you see on your screen is not a perfect person on the screen.
Mm-mm.
And how could you expect a perfect result when you got 2 perfect ingredients?
Right.
But you can make it work, and it's a beautiful story. Your guys' story is an amazing story, and we're just thankful for a God that gives us the grace for each day.
I think you said a word earlier that I think all 4 of us can say sums up our marriage in more than one way, and that's surrender.
Yep.
We've surrendered to our love for each other.
Mhm.
We've surrendered to our sameness and our differences, but most importantly, all 4 of us sitting here are completely surrendered to the Lord.
You heard the people talk about being the 50-50. It's going to be 50-50.
Oh, no,
But it's going to be 100-100. You got to be 100%
Yeah.
in. You got to be 100% in.
And aware of the other person. I mean, I'm not making decisions for myself. It's for
Right.
both of us.
The love for the other person needs to be greater than any situation that you have going
That's
on.
good.
And you need to remind yourself that, when the day you got married, you would die for that person.
Amen.
It's still there.
We're going live.
two,
We're going.
one.
Yeah, I need to give Debbie because Deb does the
Deb
takeover.
can't see our buttons
Yeah.
over here and
Deb
what's
does-
going
Are you
on.
muting yet?
The takeover just as we're going out of the song. That's pretty funny. 11th hour with Love Don't, and we've been talking about a lot of things Love Do here on KWFC and our Friday Live. Been a pleasure to have Ed. Thanks for making it into the studio, buddy.
you
This
guys
was
for having
fun.
me.
We need to get him a little bit more to talk to that mic. And Debbie, thanks for joining us over there. I know Deb's got a lot going on today, and it's been a lot of fun, you two. Thank you.
It
For
has been.
making fun
Thanks
about
for
Valentine's
putting up
Day.
with us.
All right, we're getting
Happy
into it. Got some
Valentine's
news. That's right. Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. God bless.
Love you guys.
Get close to the screen.
No,
Each
that's
of you
really,
turn to the corner.
that'd be really creepy.
I'm doing this.
That's good.
All right, baby.
Is it your turn to pray us
It
out,
is
Dave?
my turn to pray it out. Been a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for playing along at home and asking the questions. I know we couldn't get to everybody's questions or whatever, but it was fun to have these two in and celebrating Valentine's Day. Whoever your Valentine is, celebrate them. If you don't have that person, then just rejoice in the love of God that He has for you. Father, we love you and thank you for first loving us, showing us how. And yes, we're grateful for that spouse. We're grateful for that special person that you allow into our life. But then, Father, there are many that are watching now that maybe don't have that close one. Maybe they are gone. Something's happened. We don't know all the circumstances, but we know that no matter what, your love remains, and you have never left us. That's our anchoring hope today in all of this discussion about love. That we know you love us enough that you gave us your Son, and we're so forever grateful for that. And pray your blessing on the day that we'd celebrate you in all things. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all. God bless.
Bye.
Guess we got to end it all. Hearts. All right. Is supper gonna be ready when I get home?
Well, what you do with those,
Oh,
what you did with those steaks. So,
See what I did?
well, you put them in the lunchbox,
Well,
and now your lunchbox has got steak blood
That's fine.
on it.
That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. But I had to, there's processes. All right, baby. Have fun.
Love you.
See you. Bye.